Greetings once more, travelers. You've enjoyed my stories so far, and as much as I like to tell them, there's always a beginning and an end to everything, and it's time for another ending. Of course, this doesn't mean the end of the stories, but it's a turning point for Captain Yaalkol and the crew of the Dragon's Promise, the Free Captains Regatta. A time to prove themselves. Will this be their downfall, or the chance for them to become something more? Free captains that are now part of the council, lords of the shackles. Who can say? That is, unless you sit down and enjoy my tale, as we bring this party to an end. So come close, bring the drinks, a few bar snacks if you would. I do hear they do make a fine bit of salted meats here. Salt them themselves. And listen to my tale. As the Free Captains Regatta, an old tradition in the shackles, comes to an end. An exciting conclusion. Hello. Welcome to Buccaneers of the Shackled Sea. Welcome, everybody. Yes.
Hello.
It very well be the season finale, season 3 finale here. Should be today. We'll talk about that at the end, but for now, if you missed last time, it was the Free Captains Regatta, and it was this exciting boat race. A lot of crazy shit happened. A dragon turtle attacked their boat.
I shot a dragon turtle, guys. That's cool as fuck.
Yaalkol slammed it in the face as it was like gnawing on his body.
The dragon turtle is canonically blind in one eye now.
He did critical it, but its face was right in front of you. I'll give you blinding in an eye for that one there.
I'm gonna come back and kill it and make the biggest turtle soup you've ever seen.
It's gonna swear revenge and because it's smart, it's gonna go learn like a couple levels of sorcerer just to fuck with you then or something.
Yeah, it's gonna learn how to be a rogue. Sneak attack.
It's gonna sneak attack us.
Sneak attack the ship.
Sneak a capsize.
I don't believe a ship takes precision damage.
Oh no, he didn't research his build. What an idiot.
True. Come on, Dragon Turtle. Get smarter. SMH. Can't wait to kill this guy in what level are we? 9? In like 4 levels or so, we're probably gonna go murder him.
Yeah, it is like CR10, dude.
Oh. Well, then we'll probably kill him too.
Dragon turtles kind of suck in Pathfinder.
No, but this is a beef turtle. He's like...
It was only gargantuan sized.
I thought he was a size larger than the normal ones.
Yes,
yeah,
that's gargantuan. They're normally huge.
Oh.
Yeah, it just gives them like more HP and some stat buffs.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can go fuck this guy up like in a couple levels.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we gotta figure out a way to not get the ship fucked.
He does have
last journey.
He does have an intelligence of 12. That's enough to maybe
so smart.
Brilliant.
All of a sudden, he just gets a charisma boost. Honestly, he might have more charisma. I don't know, like, if I boosted his charisma appropriately.
I don't know. Turtles are not charismatic.
I could have ignored that. You know, he's technically got, like...
I don't know, guys. There's something about that turtle. I think,
I think he only has the giant template. Now he gets the advanced template and learns to be, like, smarter and handsomer.
He takes a level of gunslinger and comes out with a giant gun.
He just has this big ass cowboy hat. He pop out of the water first like a dorsal fin, and as it breaks the water, he just has a giant gun pointed at us. Your move, partner.
Divine,
your last.
I gotta. Divine's favors plus.
He's got like a weird cannon mounted on his shoulder, so he's like he's really a mecha gunslinger. You know, he's like a giant robot.
This is a cowboy hat.
His eye is like one of those like optical like lenses.
Laser. It's like a laser pointer, like so it's like, woo, like targeting you with the cannon.
Like, where did you get this technology?
You're a fucking predator.
You forget there were civilizations races to a planet that had this technology.
Oh,
That's
don't worry,
canonical.
there was a gunslinger archetype I could have taken that would let me be able to use future technology.
There is. Future technology
That's
is a
amazing.
thing.
Don't forget about the fighter archetype, which is about the World War One.
True, you gotta go kill Rasputin in
Module.
Russia, dude.
Yeah. Don't forget that one. That one's funny.
Oh god, in Modern Canon, it's Blastoise, yeah. You just created Blastoise with
Good.
an eye patch and a
Perfect.
cowboy.
Pirate Blastoise.
Wait, 8 gives +1 on attack. Oh, it's blast. Yeah.
But
That's
anyway,
part of all of my games now.
yeah, so that was the thing that happened. So, you just defeated a greater lightning elemental. It was,
We cheesed the fight with a bard.
the bard made it nauseous, which it wasn't immune to.
Amazing. The freaking nausea on the elemental. What a way to
I
go.
love that an elemental can feel nausea. It doesn't have a stomach,
It's
but
not-
I can feel the feelings of nausea in its brain.
Yeah. I think of it less of like, like a stomach problem, and it's just like, it's a disorder in its brain, like
We gave it an existential crisis.
Absolutely.
It is mind affecting, right? The spell?
It is, and elementals are not immune to that on the basis.
Oh, elementals got minds. They just,
Yeah.
they're just not human minds.
They're pretty single-minded, but they are intelligent.
They are intelligent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
So I mean, like, you did a good job of dicking with the thing. It got beat up. It's fine.
Oh,
You win.
like that.
Yaalkol beat the shit out of it with a hammer.
You flew up and beat the shit out of it. Yes.
Smacking these clouds.
I just love this character. This is just 10
character
out of
is-
10 campaign.
Like, you
This
couldn't put it to sleep, you couldn't paralyze it, you can't stun it, you can't bleed it, you can't flank it, you can't critical it. But none of those are becoming nauseous or giving it immunity to mind-affecting stuff.
Yaalkol is a
That's
character that is so enlightened because he doesn't have to think. He just has to hit things. And that's his only
Bro.
goal
It's-
in life.
It honestly is like, sometimes that's like the greatest character you can play. Unlike me, where I have to go scramble to figure out what buffs I want to cast and spell preps, Yaalkol just hit shit.
Look,
Playing-
Yaalkol, in the series of that battle, you invented water skiing,
Yeah.
and then
We
you
invented tubing too. Tubing.
and then you went flying up and just hit lightning with a hammer. Hit literal lightning with a hammer
No, that's
to
so
defeat
rude.
it.
I gotta say, just like
Maybe
behind the curtain for a second, when I made Yaalkol, I did it because I hadn't played with a lot of y'all before, and I wanted to make a character that was just gonna be someone that I could just be quiet if you guys were like very like domineering and you like were like big personalities, and he's been my favorite character to play. I just was like, I'm gonna make a fighter. My thing is gonna be smashing. I'm gonna do that very well. I'm gonna be strong and punch things, and that was it. It has been the best character. I love
Play
this
a
kid.
character that has a big hammer and can only use a big hammer. You've reached enlightenment.
Bro.
It's just like the Zenyatta from freaking Yaalkol is just floating through the battlefield, just smashing.
Don't say
people.
that. Why are you saying this?
Wow, man, they should make Zenyatta have a big hammer in Overwatch 3.
Yeah. Bring Overwatch 3 out. The cowards at Blizzard
Only
will
change.
not do it. I know that they've made it already. I know that they were ready to skip 2, and they just won't bring it to market because they're cowards.
I want the only change to be Zenyatta has a hammer.
Yeah, that's literally nothing else.
The only
to do.
change. Or charge $70.
Look, isn't Overwatch 2 just like 2.0 Overwatch almost? You know?
Yeah, okay, you're gonna get me triggered. People are so dumb about Overwatch 2.
Hey, we
People
should have
are-
a D&D game.
Yeah.
People are complaining. It's so
I'm
bad.
so sorry. I'm
I'm
just
jo-
like,
I'm
I
joking.
don't actually even care. I'm just.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh god. There's nothing wrong with Overwatch 2. People are just dumb as hell and have bad expectations. That's all. That's all I will say.
I have
how
zero
based you are.
No, but people on Twitter and people in my friend group are really bad. Like, I had wild expectations for the game, and they're like, "It's just the same game." Like, yeah, no shit. This still isn't meant to be a new game.
It's a hero shooter.
You never said it was.
It's almost like this genre is the same game released over and over again.
Yes.
Dota 2
just-
was pretty much more of the same, just better
Well,
graphics.
it's literally just updated Overwatch. Overwatch 2 is just like the PvE story content.
That's
what it
I
is.
think it's just that, like, the genre just, people... It's very noticeable member of the genre, Because, like, honestly, if you talk to me about hero shooters, like, I'd be like, well, there's, like, it's like, that's the one I can pretty much name. Like, there's others that I know exist, but I know nothing about them in comparison to that one. But anyway, yeah. So,
It's not to say, well, welcome to discussing video games.
for just a brief second there. So yeah, the Lightning Storms have been defeated. Congratulations.
What? I discovered an amazing spell.
So, as you will continue onward, having defeated the lightning elementals, you will finally emerge once again from the storm and the area of the storm that you had to kind of like push through. As you emerge out, you can notice that you are seemingly the only racer that has emerged from the storm so far. Save for one that is just a little in front of you. The Wormwood.
Man, rip all those boats.
Well, not really our problem.
Yeah, we gotta deal with this asshole who hates you.
Well, I mean, like, they could also show up behind you. It just means you're ahead of all of them.
Well, good thing I am now officially the best goddamn sailor.
Roll 30.
Yaalkol will walk over to you, Revia, as you stand at the wheel and just place a hand on your shoulder. He'll say nothing. Just place a hand on your shoulder and just let the moment hang.
Dad,
And then he'll step away.
Dad believes in you, Revia.
Well, he's not my dad.
Anyone that's keeping an eye out can see to the west, the Kraken, the Master of Gil's ship, is observing the race at this point in time.
You said the Kraken, and then paused. For way too long.
That's a Kraken, dude.
He said the Kraken, and then he stopped talking for a good 8 seconds.
Say more. As he drags a token onto the map.
So roll initiative.
There's a wizard Kraken.
Slarthikel is not here. He's in Faerun, being a wizard with a spell book that's also Kraken. Why is a fish monster a 20th level wizard? And that's why, in a game I played that we fought against him, he became a sorcerer. Because he doesn't get a wizard hat and a spell book while he's underwater. Damn it. Anyway.
That's bullshit. You can't do this to me.
We actually...
We're on L, right?
Look, you're on L. A friend of mine actually had crocheted a squid that she managed to make. And she kept talking about she wanted to give it a wizard hat and a little book on one of its tentacles. Never did. Anyway, so I need one of you. Your choice to roll me a D20.
D20?
Yes.
Oh, one high or low.
God.
You don't know. Who will roll it? Then?
I elect the captain of the ship to roll that die.
True.
I second that.
What am I rolling? Is it a D100?
It's just
D20.
a D20. An 18.
Killed us all.
That might be bad.
Wait, we don't know. Let's be in bated anticipation.
God, Pathfinder tables frighten me.
They really are scary.
They are the most chaotic tables.
They are my favorite tables, honestly.
I am going to need you all to give me perception checks.
Oh, perception. I'm actually good at perception.
Yeah.
That's just a casual 35.
Okay.
Guys, I think I found the
perception.
giant turtle again.
Turtle's back, boys.
Turtle round 2.
Adds up.
Oh no, he is back.
It's a 5, baby.
God, you all have such good eyes.
I have a decent perception. It's just I roll a 5 on average.
Please put yourselves where you would be normally on the ship.
I wouldn't. I think I would be up here because I would either be here or here because of spotting.
I'm in the right spot.
Where would be? Because I wouldn't be in the crow's nest. You think this or this would be better for spotting stuff?
The front?
Yeah, what forecast or aft cast? One should be better.
The front, the 4.
Alright.
Because like if you're looking out for like reefs and shit, you want to see the front of the ship.
Well, the back would be taller than the front technically.
True. Well, but if you stand on the bow,
No.
But I think either work. I mean,
I probably would be up here though.
Okay.
a really good spell.
Now, cool.
Keep it.
Where would you? Oh, you've got
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, you've got. Okay. Then let me just. Some things are gonna happen here in this part of the race. I'm just gonna do. Technically, you don't really see anything, but this happens to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's your flat-footed AC?
flat-footed? Hold on.
For Revia.
The ship.
For
9.
Revia. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, rip Revia and Concubar, dude.
Well, flat-footed.
Mm-hmm.
First one misses. Second one does not crit.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm not up there because I would
You
have got
will
crit.
take 8.
Not a whole lot of damage.
I'm just gonna say, you can give me a perception.
Just
Well, I
Just
know I
Revia
got
at the
hit,
moment.
right?
You did, but just give me a perception.
Pretty decent check.
Honestly, you're probably going to take notice. I'm gonna just show that to the players because that.
Oh,
What the hell is this?
I have always wanted to use one of these.
Oh!
And I'm
just
terrified.
gonna-
I'm lost.
You don't know these things are here, but I'm just gonna put them on the map. There's 2 of them.
Alright.
I see. Do I see them?
Not really.
Well, I don't
no.
see them,
Yeah.
but I know they're there. I
know
like
they're
there might
there.
be some disturbance in the wind or like water is not
Yeah.
coming.
Mainly
because
because
they're
they
probably
just punched
blocking
you in
water
the
supply.
face.
I mean, like they just got punched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, luckily I have a really high AC.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't
put
think
one over here in the
Donkey
water
Bar.
for tokens, and I'm gonna roll this thing here, and
Initiative time.
I'm gonna pop
Very
out a Concubar sheet because he can help out.
Pretty
here,
decent
right
initiative.
here.
I wish I had the new spell I
You
just
know,
learned.
it's a respectable initiative. 27?
Uh,
I'll take it, I guess.
Let me do the math here. 4.
God, going first. I've never done this before, guys.
Did you guys get?
Revia, I will tell you something.
Yeah. What's up?
You have to use a move action at least every turn to continue to keep control of the ship.
Yeah. I imagine. Can I even like wield a weapon?
Maybe not wield a weapon. Maybe not.
Could punch
So
us.
I'm
Steer
just
with your
here
knees.
to. I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do.
I'll remove a couple of these.
I have a plan.
I will shout out. There's some invisible things attacking me because I don't see them, and it's pretty obvious. I will use my move action to continue steering the ship. Let me see if I have any spells.
Let me put
that
that
are
in order
used.
because that was their surprise. So Misty, you're getting
Alright.
you're getting something has attacked your at the steering wheel.
Has the words invisibility been shouted by a person who's been punched in the face?
I did say them.
Hi. Let's do this as my action. Mark off that spell.
So those things that I showed, that's what you can see. So basically, you
Okay.
just see their outlines.
I need to look up a rule.
Because these things don't really have a physical form; they are just air monsters.
Yeah, I've got a plan. It's gonna take a little bit of setup, and I need to be closer. What's the range on this?
They are also elementals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tess, you're saying I can't one-hand the wheel.
I fucking have to look up throw range now. Okay.
Oh.
Throwing a weapon is 10. Alright, I'm just gonna ask, how much range does a bag of flour / powder have?
Probably like 5 or 10 feet.
I would assume 10.
You could probably get. I'll give you 10.
So I'm gonna just use. I'm gonna move up. So I need to be in range, closer in range, anyways, to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
That's 30. Okay, that's my turn. I'll be right back.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm gonna roll this stuff. Boop. Boop. I guess the 28 hit.
Yeah. The 18. What AC is this against?
You would still be flat-footed.
I accept this, although it's slightly silly, so I get hit by 2 things.
Okay. He pounds you.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, I cut out. Did I get hit?
No.
I got hit. They're
They're
trying to kill the person driving the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Look, sucked for them. I could swift action heal myself. Good luck killing me, losers. So I have a question, Tantus. You said it's a move action. Can I use my action to steer the ship as well?
Sure.
Cool. So I use my move action then to summon a duplicate of myself.
Okay.
For I have a single mirror image. Can I give general locations for where I'm getting hit?
Not really, I'm gonna say.
That's fine. I can accept this.
That's
because it's very ruling. I'm just asking what I can get. So that's a blessing charge. My action will be to steer the ship, and I will swift action heal myself. Because I'm hurt slightly.
hurt.
And I will heal myself. And that is my turn. I wish I had a better defensive spell, but they're all spent.
Yeah, I'm like I'm supposed to, bud. Don't worry.
Jacub.
Ooh, let's heal.
Oh, so Jacub, having had severe anxiety from last time and being swiped at by things he couldn't see, has prepared himself for this inevitable encounter. However, I'm going to spend 1 point of my arcane reservoir to teleport to dimensionally slide 30 feet.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
Right there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Glitter Dust in the area where I see Misty and stuff.
Let's go.
You might be blinded. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're at.
You can... yeah, can I... Do you know they're generally in front of me, right? Presumably, I can at least identify that.
I would have pointed in this vague area.
Blinding me is really bad. I'm driving a ship.
It'll be fine.
It's not like we're driving a highway and there's like a million ships next to it. Oh no, it's a giant island.
But I can't steer us towards our destination if I can't see.
Right? So 10 foot. So
What is
there's
it,
a 10 foot.
minus 10 to be for being blind? You can deal with that.
Hold on.
You know what? It might not actually be that bad.
There's a 10-foot radius. You could center like here.
There you go. Alright, I'll do that.
Yeah. Presumably, I can at least say they're in front of me, right, Tantus? You okay with that?
I could literally say they're in front of Revia.
Oh, true.
I can
see invisibility. True. I didn't consider this. W.
It's almost like I prepare a very useful spell all the time.
I don't have that as a spell.
I don't prepare spells.
It's not on my spell list, okay?
I'll give you some potions. Make you chug it.
So it says it causes creatures to become blinded and visibly outlined and DC. But the actual description doesn't tell me what the DC is. It says DC 17.
It's 17.
It's a will.
That's only for
will
blinding.
negates the blinding.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna see him no matter what.
Yeah.
Bad news for them. There's a man with a hammer.
I actually don't know how effective that's gonna be.
Not very.
If I remember
they're both blind?
Stalkers correctly, this is gonna be a relatively ineffective swing.
Yeah.
And
This is a weird
that will
spell.
be my turn. By the way, I can still move.
the end of every round, they get to saving throw.
Yes.
And where's Yaalkol?
Right next to you.
Right next to you.
Where are you?
Dude, just
Right.
just above you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna spend one more point to quicken monstrous physique on you.
What's that do?
So, it's gonna give you the same tentacly arms it had last time.
Oh,
It's gonna,
God.
but you still keep your hands and stuff, and now you can fly. 60 foot.
You're disgusting, Uncle. What have you done?
Yaalkol is very confused, but
Oh.
he sees he has wings, so that's what's
And,
important to
and
him.
it gives you a +4 to your strength as well.
Oh shit.
Somehow Yaalkol's got even more weird.
It says it gives you 40-foot speed, 60-foot dark vision, 30-foot fly, 2 claws, a bite, and a gore.
Fuck.
I'm just gonna use my hammer.
I'm just gonna hammer them.
There you go. And that would be my turn. Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
Alright. Yaalkol is gonna use his new wings to fly over here and try to swing at this thing.
Okay.
So I get to attack once. I'm gonna rage too. I didn't have the rage bonus on this
Okay.
attack, but does 22 hit?
That will hit.
And that's 26 damage.
Okay.
And yeah, pass turn.
Okay. Harris is. I'm actually not gonna have these people do that much. I put them on the initiative. Conkerbar is, I guess, gonna perform. Hey, everybody, have some pluses to attack and damage. It's what he
What's
can
the
do.
pluses for him?
+2, I think it is right now.
Ooh, 9 might be a little. 9 might be. I'll check. Don't worry.
To attack and damage. Okay.
Yes.
Oh god.
He's like got still a bunch of rounds of that, so he can do that.
Yeah.
But to hit is just insane now.
And maybe he'll. What else he can do? You know what? He'll do what he does best, because I think he's got one more of these spells. So he's just gonna do what any good bards will do, and Revia, and Yaalkol, enjoy some of that.
Ace.
Oh, baby.
It's some AC, I guess.
Misty.
How far away am I? They're glittery. Need to move a little closer. Move to like here, because they're also up a little bit. Yeah, oh, I'm on height measurement. That was weird. I'm gonna try to shoot this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna Bane if I hit. Kablamo.
Alright. Yeah, the first will hit.
First hit, so I will roll my Bane.
Mm-hmm.
And that's bad Bane roll, but that's damage.
Yup.
Mark off my 2 shots.
Alright, I'm gonna roll something here, because I need to now. Yeah, let me roll this. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll 2 of these. So I guess you get hit once.
Oh. Me?
Yes. We're still focusing on you.
Yeah, how does mirror image work? It's
Oh,
a
the mirror.
50-50, right?
The 50-50, yeah. Let me roll that then.
You have to, and it might get destroyed.
Oh, yeah. The first... I technically would roll the other 2 attacks then, because they missed your miss chance, but still might be close enough to take out your mirror.
Oh, they're blind. That's why you rolled a D100.
they're blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually,
Cool. Well,
so the first
if they don't
it's
even
miss it by how much for the mirror image?
I think it's by 5. I will check though.
Yeah, let me just check. I'll roll this though. They might not be missing you, but they might be like. So it would have been attack 1, attack 1, attack 2, attack 2 would be the suit because each one of them missed 1.
By 5.
Yeah.
So the only one that could even hit me
is the
is the 29.
okay.
So see if that one rolls the mirror image.
Okay. So I guess odds you evens image, evens the image. So it smacked your image and destroys it.
Yeah, the image is gone.
Okay. I'll keep the dice roll that.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah, just make sure it's visible. Oh, the turn is not visible. Just here we go. Have that visible. Yes. It's now your turn. Let's just look something up.
Cool. That means it is my turn. I use my move action to instate my blessing. So now I have my mirror image, my singular mirror image up again, and then I will spend my last fervor on healing myself with fervor heal with 12 more positive energy, which is enough to max me out. Plus 9. And that's my turn. And I use my action to continue driving the wheel.
Okay. Jacub. Which is your turn, then? Sure. You might be muted.
Yeah, you're up, Jacob. I think your mic is muted.
Hey, no, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay. And God, you guys move so fast.
I'll give you just fireball this one.
Yeah, don't do that.
You want
I
my
probably
fireball
fine.
the ship?
Yeah, just fuck it, right?
I'll do it.
Just fuck it.
Fuck it,
Whoa,
right?
whoa,
Like, why
hey, you
not?
might get stabbed by someone because
Make it
don't
an
fireball
ass
my goddamn
ball.
ship.
We get an acid ball.
Yeah,
This
just
will
add,
really fuck us up.
fuck you specifically. Here's some acid.
Yeah, I
Then
have fire
fighting
resistance. Go right past the fire resistance. Just skip it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was not prepared for going so early, so I guess I'm gonna hold my turn. And if I see anybody else like sneak up on us or anything that hit us, I'm gonna cast glitter dust again.
I'm sorry that two people here made very simple characters that move very quickly.
I click a button and it rolls everything.
We individually click one button. That's our turn.
I'm getting murdered.
Yeah, your turn is also just being murdered.
Well, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
This dwarf here, he's just sitting here laughing and watching it, dude.
Amazing.
I think Art has a pipe. I imagine him also having a pipe and like a
Yeah,
glass
he's
of
just chilling. He's enjoying the show.
He's got like a bottle of rum. You know?
Oh, okay. Now hold on. I can, if I give everybody keen, would that benefit you guys? Perchance?
No, I have a hammer.
I have a gun. I don't think Keen helps.
It says it functions like keen edge, except it affects multiple weapons, requires concentration. You select the weapons to be affected can only be affected one per.
I technically have a melee weapon.
Keen edge only works on slashing or piercing weapons.
Okay.
That are bladed.
Hold on. Because I technically have 2 slashing weapons. However, I'm not good.
Yeah.
I have a piercing weapon.
They
It's
are
pretty
my
good one, but I'm not
emergency
used
weapon.
it.
Okay. Well, I guess I can. I know I'm gonna make my way towards what's his face.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be large, by the way, Tantus, if you don't mind making me large. Apologies, I didn't read the spell all the way through.
God, what a horrific sight.
And
I'm
they got
ignoring
tentacles.
it.
Everything about this is a nightmare. And
He's-
now I get to swing twice on this one.
Eldritch monster.
Okay, I double moved. There we go.
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, Fool's terrifying.
All
I
right.
actually think I'm entirely ineffective. I don't 100% know, but I'm at least only dealing
You
half
do
damage.
get a
I
haste
believe
attack,
zero.
remember.
You get one more because you're hasted.
Mhm.
At least your weapon's magical,
It's true. It is magical.
All right.
so it's probably dealing something.
Dude, did you roll a 1 and still get a 29?
Yeah.
Well,
I
he
have-
rolled. He has 3 damage dice.
Yeah.
that
Oh,
one
one of them
goes
very
away.
nice.
You know, there's a casual plus, 13 and plus 6 to that
I have a
damage.
plus 19 to my
Yeah,
damage.
there's a casual plus 19. Really nothing.
Misty.
Okay.
I get close to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna just, like... I guess I'll just shoot it.
Okay.
But with what? That's the question. I'll just...
That's always the question. Second one will impact.
Well, ban again, why not?
Okay.
Not bad ban rolls today.
Mm-hmm.
Mark my bans off. I've been forgetting to do that. I used 2 of them.
Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Oh! My brain broke and I was like, did I roll d20s? No, I didn't.
I thought you did roll. That broke my brain as well.
That was a weird outcome because it rolled. It
What?
ended on a 20. Yeah. Did he just miss?
Just misses. Just misses. Revia.
I'm trucking along because I have no combat spells.
Okay.
That's fair and based, honestly.
Jacub.
All right. Well, these things are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I'm gonna Ray of Frost them, I guess.
Okay.
Oh no, I've just... The dumb ideas have entered my brain.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry for what happened.
That's my turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask a question on my turn.
Yaalkol.
So... Yaalkol is just gonna... Can I 5-foot step? I don't actually...
Sure.
No. So I 5-foot step and then... Just gonna... Go all this one time, Master.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. The combat is over.
Oh, thank God, because I was gonna ask if it looked like my bullets were doing anything, and then I was gonna bust out my shotgun when shoots fire.
These things were less CR than the last thing you fought, so they were technically easier to fight. They were just invisible, and Glitter just undoes that very easily.
Yeah.
Glitter Dust was a really good plan.
We would have actually been more in trouble if we didn't just fight an invisible
what I
alchemist,
was
so
gonna
everyone
say.
prepared
Well-
like the stuff that could for invisibility. Well, you have it all the time.
Man, imagine having prepared spells, wouldn't know it.
Wouldn't understand that.
I don't even have.
Sorry,
seen
it's all just
invisibility. It's
in
on
my
spell
brain
list.
at all times. I'm built different.
You are. I'm just built better though.
I'm just built different. I just see invisible shit. Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong?
I just store my spells in my leg.
I wish I could use Archon Sword. It's such a good spell.
My peg leg is my spell book.
I mean, oh god.
Wait,
After-
spell book.
after
Who do you think I am?
transforms
Wizard.
back,
You
there's
could
a-
have noticed these things coming in. The DC was more than 35. They're invisible stalker.
Yeah, what was the DC?
42.
I actually, if I took skill focus, I could have.
This is your Joker moment. The cells was last
It's
session.
like
This
gives
is
me
yours.
it's like the flag target with a perception of DC 42. I'm like, I don't
That's
think it,
that's such a specific DC.
I think it's just
Usually it's like 40 or 45, 42.
It's literally for
it
the
might
one
be-
guy who...
it might be that they're taking a 10. Actually, I think.
it is, I think.
Because they get plus 20 when they're moving to their stealth. Actually, it's a little less than paying a 10. It's assuming that they rolled an 8. They get normally plus 14 stealth with their skills, plus the plus 20 from being invisible stalker while moving. Apparently, they get plus 40 while standing still because they're just naturally invisible because they're made of air. And
Yeah, makes sense.
That's fair. They're invisible stuff.
They are invisible. And
Yeah.
they're stalking.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole thing is being invisible.
That is like that's why they're scary.
They are good at one specific task.
So
Speaking.
as you were like kind of like as Revia, as you're kind of like holding these things off, kind of getting attacked by them, as your team is kind of like there's this like flash of light and sparkles that are kind of like, oh god, and then they're kind of like, you know, you're like, ah god, then they're seemingly less hitting you, and you're like, thanks team.
Oh god, I got glitter bombs.
Actually, let me do guys back to the. Let's move you back here. We can move on to the last leg of the race. Good old M over there.
I like that it doesn't start at A.
It is weird that it doesn't start at A.
I just realized this.
I'm actually unsure why it doesn't start at that. It starts at D.
I wonder if it's because in the book there's like there's other like the other markings and ended up on
I know why, because
D?
all the major areas have letters to begin with. The apothecary was area C.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, but badly.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair. I too say things badly most of the time.
Still, it's weird.
Let's go. Let's go, team.
We did it.
As a few other
Thanks for
competitors will
calling.
indeed emerge from the eye, but at this point in time, too far behind you to catch up, even if they had sailors as great as you behind the wheel.
Just imagine.
At least in your mind.
Yeah.
Well, hey, say that to my fight. That was on a 7.
Uh-huh.
I would
Plus-
still hope that was a wasted nap.
So your mighty and powerful race score of 1 is what it comes down to.
Hell yeah.
We did it, guys.
We have a positive number.
You can have a negative number in this. There is a possibility.
I rolled below a 5 on average, so it's like nothing I can do about it.
You just gotta stack the plus ones.
That's what Pathfinder's
You
all
were
about. So I have
negative for a while. You made up to that.
Yeah, that dragon turtle really slowed us down.
Yeah. So the finish line is a tiny island called Combing Point, 25 miles northwest of Cauldron Rock. The first ship to pass past the island wins the race, and the two of you and the Wormwood, are neck and neck, vying for the end of it. And of course, you actually get to the point where you are quite literally neck and neck. That, it looks like Harrigan's taken the wheel on his side. So the two of you are, like, you're kind of, like, looking towards each other, you know, like, as you're, like, also, like, concentrating, like, just kind of, like, vying back and forth. And right at the last second, you guys are going to be the ones to cross the finish line.
God, I can't
first.
believe Harrigan had a 25 sailing. What an idiot. He didn't even have a 26.
For real. No, he had lower score. He just rolled like above 15 on every check.
True.
I do have his stats somewhere. I have to check them. He does have a pretty high.
Is it higher than mine?
God, I hope.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't think anyone, because you're such a specific build to be the good at this one thing.
I think he's just
Yeah,
got
I've ever
high
seen.
because he's just like freaking really
Experience.
like high level. He's
He just
very high
dumped
level.
ranks into it.
Yeah. I think he just has max
Yeah.
ranks at his high level and has some other, like, probably bonuses and stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't have a bunch of other bonuses.
I mean,
That
he
make
might
it
have
a
a few
plus
magical
26.
ones, but not quite as many magical ones as you.
I only have one magical bonus. Everything else is mundane. It's pure skill.
It's pure, feats that you've taken in order to get bonuses.
Hey, well, that's literally what skill is, okay? By definition. Excuse you. taking this away from me.
We
My one thing.
did it. We beat the person I don't know why he's mad at you for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he kidnapped us, and then we killed his crew that kidnapped us. So,
Well, apparently you did a bad job at that.
well, that's not my.
Yeah, that's a different problem that we're gonna have to deal with to look into later. Completely separate problem.
That's
Also
a
a
later
problem.
problem.
Yes, the guy who we killed is also still alive, but
Well, both of them.
different problem.
Well, also,
Gonna-
there's the ghost of the lady we killed.
Yeah, I was there for that one though.
God, yeah, well, that,
You know,
that
it
one's on
seems
your
we're just-
conscience, too.
We're just really inefficient at killing people, it seems.
I will let you know that there are a number of other ships that will, of course, cross. Let me just give some updates for what
I hope
happened.
the Ocean's Promise is okay, or not Ocean's Promise, Ocean's Problem is okay. By a dragon turtle.
The Albatross sunk.
It's enough.
The Barnacled Bitch also was sunk. But it will be
Sad.
revealed that as much as Harrigan got a close second place, he was responsible for them sinking.
Oh, he cheated,
Cheating
little
bitch.
loser.
A survivor will have been rescued. The first mate, Sing Song Sing. He will manage to have survived. Technically, eventually, Taggart Broxton will be found. Because, just he swum somewhere, honestly. It just took him a long time to get there.
He's got like a 20 swim skill.
He is the guy who's just shirtless and respects strength the whole time. I think he's just like a 13th level brawler. Just like,
Good.
Whoa!
He's reached enlightenment.
That's insane. I respect him.
he's so.
I mean, you
Like-
can't go sailing and have a shirt on. Doesn't work.
So he'll have survived. His ship is screwed. His first mate will have been rescued. But it'll be learned that some of the Wormwood's figurehead will have been recovered during that time, which is obvious because they kind of rammed them and sunk them.
What a bunch of not even.
And you know what?
Like a hidden way.
The thing is, in my head canon, because he fucked with them, it's why he actually was behind us and lost in that. Because he's a dick.
His ship wasn't long enough to cross the finish.
The Bonnie Witch
That's true.
will eventually cross the finish line, but later on with some damage.
That's fine.
Same with the Chimera's Teeth and Darcy's Pilgrimage. Of course, Calatramy's Favor. You saw it sunk to Dragon Turtle.
Yeah, we got like the captain on our ship.
Yeah. And I eventually learned that, yes, his crew pretty much survived. Most of them
They're
did.
shark people.
Yeah, a lot of them are like were people and stuff too.
Did the rat man survive?
He was in his coffin. He apparently survived in his coffin.
That tiny coffin rat.
Is his ship destroyed, right?
His ship was
gone.
destroyed. He shared it with an old man.
Hell yeah!
Can we recruit that guy? I want him.
Oh, he's gonna be our best friend.
Phrasmus Price finished. Let's see here. The Promises Bounty sunk.
Oof.
Let's see here. Red Cap finished, but was pretty damaged. The Seas Logris actually, strangely enough, sunk. One survived. Blessed Prig.
The name.
Oh
like
no, I'm
Blessed
sorry.
Prig.
It's reverse. It was sunk, but they all survived except for Blessed Prig.
Damn. Guess he wasn't
Unlucky.
blessed.
Well, it was said that no one died the ship as long as he was alive.
That's technically true.
Yeah.
The Sever finished eventually, but they were last.
Hey, better than the guys that sunk, I guess.
Yeah, hey, they're at least alive.
Mm-hmm.
Better last than dead, yeah.
Embarrassed.
Skullduggery was sunk, as well was the Stormrunner. Mixed survival on their crews. The Sully's Trumpet finished. The Ocean's Problem damaged but finished.
No F's in
Yes.
chat, boys. The meme lives on.
And for some reason is also glowing purple.
That's weird. I'm not gonna question it.
Damaged,
I know the captain of
Can we
that
get the
ship.
lights?
It's
I want a glow.
got some
I
thick
want our ship to
underglow,
glow
dude.
purple.
his ship is just glowing purple. Not sure why.
Probably threw something in the fucking ocean and cursed it.
And of course the Thresher and the Wave Wraith both finished. So, there we go. That was the update to the ships that crossed the finish line. There were some lost, some that their crews recovered, others that were lost with all hands, unfortunately.
F's in chat.
Mhm.
Unlucky.
So, there is cheers from the crowd that's waiting here. As you are racing along on this very long race, the fleet that had come to see you off had, of course, moved themselves over to this area to wait for your arrival in the nearby waters. And there just seems to be like a exciting cheers. Certainly, probably some people had lost some money, gained some money. So the first thing that happens is you are the winners of the Free Captains Regatta. The Kraken will approach you.
Don't know.
Wait, is this like an actual Kraken?
Yeah,
Or someone...
no,
the
the ship
Wizard
is-
Kraken is back, boys.
No, it's the
It's a
ship.
ship.
It's the ship of the Master of Gales, the powerful druid.
Yeah.
Just unfortunately
The one-
named after what we had to deal with.
So the first thing is, he will kind of walk aboard and approach you, Yaalkol.
Yaalkol will just be standing there, arms crossed, just like
Was staring at him as he walks onto the ship. And say, so, what now?
He'll motion. One of his men will bring over a chest. First, your purse. 8,000 gold pieces for winning the race.
thank you.
Next,
8,000.
hold out your wrist.
He'll extend his left wrist.
Another one will come over with a box, kind of like, it looks very ceremonial, kind of like markings that look to be maybe like this is a special box for the race. He'll open it up and attach to your wrist a broken silver-plated manacle. This is a symbol of honor here, representing the freedom from the constraints of other nations' laws and authorities, but also the responsibility that now binds you to the welfare of the Shackles and its people, and who they represent.
Yaalkol will sort of like look with the severeness at this bracelet and then nod in appreciation.
He'll bring out. He'll kind of pull it into his robes and pull out a scroll case. This is a deed to an island that you must claim, and there is more to talk about for this. But for now, you have your victory. We, the fleet and survivors, he'll kind of call out, return to Port Peril, for there is celebration to be had at your victory. Repairs to be done to the ships that were damaged. Wounds to be mended. Once the celebrating is done, we will talk more about this island of yours and the deed I have now given you.
Yaalkol will nod.
It is lordship in the shackles. Be ready for it. You have a piece of paper. It says on it, the following holders of this, goes through your basically like standard kind of deed. The Island of Empty Eyes. And now you have control over it.
Ooh.
The first thing Yaalkol will do is once the guy's off the ship, he'll extend the paperwork to Revia and say, "This does give us the island, right?"
We have the island. Yes, we have the island. But,
Give
like,
me a
we have the-
you can roll local. Roll local check for me, Revia.
I can try to roll local.
I can roll a DC 10 local.
Okay,
There you go. It's a good one.
Revia. I will tell you, it's like a technicality. It's still just a piece of paper. Like,
Well, yeah.
I was gonna. We have the island, but we have to actually like go to the island and assert their authority.
You can claim it,
I mean,
It's like
Yaalkol-
those. It's like those dicks at that bar. Remember, Goat's Head or whatever.
What is
They
the
have
problem with
the-
those?
Shut up! You don't understand the pain and suffering they have done to us.
Yaalkol's eyes narrow at that, like he's like in fucking Kill Bill. You just hear, "Dee, dee." It's just me and the fucking paper on the wall.
We have to just assert our authority there, like they have asserted their authority. Like the losers they are. Can't wait to steal that deed.
You have problems.
Don't we all?
He says, "We'll hang our own deed, and our bar will be better. It will have better wine selection."
No, we can't do that. We can't because then looks like we're copying them. It's way worse.
You're right.
We have to steal their
this is
deed
the
and
island
make
that you'll
a
be
replica.
going to eventually. You're not going there yet.
We gotta,
Oh, hey.
we have to, we have to
Island.
steal their deed and make a replica bar with the deed and then
People
say
are
smile.
animals. What is wrong with you?
And of course, it is still a long journey back to Port Peril. It is like a few weeks journey, especially with your ship in as condition as it is. You can use some like mendings and make holes, which can repair portions of it, but there is definitely damage that you need some components to fix, kind of thing.
Look,
Looking at the-
fixing that fucking mask.
Look at
mending.
the mast. If I was one level higher, I could cast some. We get Sandra to cast Greater Make Whole.
That was a level.
Speaking of which, I can totally learn that.
Well,
If you guys give me some time.
No, it's not.
During the journey back, of course, the man you technically rescued will wake up.
Oh yeah, he's alive.
Eldam Almsor. He'll actually call for Yaalkol for you to and Revia for you to come down and meet him.
yeah,
Yaalkol will come when called.
This is probably the next day where Rio's probably got spells back to start mending a lot of the massive amount of broken bones he has and stuff like that. Basically, he's
Casual
probably
day.
probably used up all the magic the previous day. Saving a lot of the crew from the horrible things that were going on. That thing.
There's a big turtle.
Big turtle, breath weapon, did a lot of damage.
A
Yeah.
lot of people are fucking dead.
We gotta hire some new crew. We're running a little low.
To say the least. Yeah,
So-
we need to hire some people.
So he's still in shark form, and he is large size when he's in shark form. He's 9 foot tall. So he's kind of scrunched up in here. He's like, "Heard you drove that thing off."
Best we could. Took one of its eyes for our own.
He'll kind of smile at that. Of course, it's that kind of shark fang smile. So it's just kind of a little the pointed teeth. Look, congratulations on your win. I respect what you did. You didn't have to piece me back together either. Not many would do that around here. It seems at least you got respect for your competitors and your fellow sailors. Guess that's what makes you a good member of the council now that you're there. So, as soon as I get me ship, a new one, what do you say? Would you have me in your crew?
Yaalkol will sit there for a moment, just sort of staring at him, and they, unlike what he would usually do when he would usually like turn to Revia for comment, he'll just like look at this guy for a while, and then say, "Yeah, we'll have you."
Again, that toothy grin will come across his face. Sounds like there's fun to be had.
There's plunder all around the Shackled, my friend. And what do you have any say? We're gonna get our fill of it. And Yaalkol will just do like a clasp of hands with him.
As soon as your doc's got me mended up here, I'll be on my way. In case something ever happened, I've got a meeting place with the rest. They should be making their headway. Most of them should have blasted, and the others, well, should have done a good job of keeping as many alive as they can. I'm sure we'll be doing some drinks to a few lost.
Need any money or supplies to get to your meeting spot?
Water's all I need.
Yaalkol loves this guy.
That was cool as hell.
What a Chad.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
Absolute madman.
As he just swims off, because I imagine he just like turns into a shark.
He'll turn like a great white shark and swim off, yes.
I don't know why I imagine this guy like facing us, but with like a giant wave crashing behind him as he said that, like hair blowing in the wind, no shirt off.
No, he's a shark, so I just...
He's a giant. He's street sharks. Okay, yeah, he's street sharks. I mean, street sharks were were sharks, you know? They really were.
I think it's king shark. But that's only 'cause I
King
watched
shark
the movie.
is also a good one, too.
You know, Yaalkol, you handled that amazingly. I'm proud of you. You've made great strides.
Yaalkol won't say anything, but you can tell he's very happy that you said that.
Like I pat you on the back. I gotta reach real high up to like in like the
Tiptoes.
to like hit the center of your back, you know. And I walk.
We're all short here. Pretty cool.
I'm 5'5", you know.
There's this shark man that's really just getting these buttons pressed. Just like, knife.
Amazing. So yeah, we have a new
Yeah,
Yeah.
a new
Got a friend.
who may show up once you have an island established to be like, oh, there's a nice place, you know, to also show up at.
A list of allies grows. We got Fuckboy and Shark.
Look, Fuckboy's probably
Fuckboy
not going to
and
join like a fleet under you. I mean, like, I guess if you asked him for help, he could probably help out in the situation.
oh yeah.
But like,
I
you
don't
know,
really want him in my fleet. I wouldn't say yes to
I
him.
really
in my
want
fleet.
that man near me.
He's fine to be my friend. I like it. Like he's cool and all, but just I don't want him to like.
I don't-
personal separation.
I don't want him too involved. He's kind of, you know.
Fuckboy.
You
He
know
helped once.
somebody who looks sticky. You can just tell visually that they're sticky.
He probably is a
Christina
little
Aguilera.
Sticky.
He's like offensive.
Well,
to the five
pirates
senses.
don't
Yeah.
bathe like all the time.
he has
like-
magic. He probably prestidigitizes himself a lot.
Well, hey, you had to ruin. I mean, it's not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
I mean, I don't think lizards bathe, right? So Jacub probably smells terrible.
I don't know how to bathe.
My head canon is that when you clean yourself with prestidigitation, you just smell like talcum powder.
True.
It's just like the most neutral thing I can think of.
Right. So, yeah, we.
you have
we're
a
going
like
to
a you have
Port
like
Peril,
a
I
2 weeks
guess.
journey back to
We
Port
got 2
Peril.
weeks.
Do you want to do anything in that 2 weeks as your ship
Talk to
limps
each
along
other,
with the
I
rest
guess.
of the fleet?
We celebrate.
Yeah, the Yaalkol is basically breaking open. Like, if we have any stores of like rum and stuff like that, the rations are out the window. We're drinking everything on our way back, and we'll replenish when we get to Port Peril.
You will notice that if you do celebrating, Misty does not take part.
Fair. Yaalkol doesn't usually drink a lot. He usually just drinks his rations, but he is celebrating.
Yeah,
Jacob will take you up on that and get blasted the first day and spend 2 days throwing up after.
Pierce and Tessa will probably take turns visiting the ship during the journey. Kind of like drawing close, hopping over, for small celebrations. Yeah.
They could probably sail by and just step on and just sort of sail around our ship while we're hopping.
Ship's so slow because it's really fun.
Your ship is still pretty fast, so it's like
it's still a ship.
It's still
we
a
lost
ship.
We lost the front sail.
We didn't lose.
So it's not terrible.
You didn't lose the main
center
sail.
mast.
Yeah, the
The
main
more
sail.
important one.
The main sail remained. It was damaged, but it remained.
Yeah, it took some damage.
Oh, Tentis, how would I go about learning a new spell or researching it while these 2 weeks go on?
You just scroll, right?
Easy way.
There is spell research. It's just that's like making new spells, not like learning made spells already.
Yeah, the easy way. Get some scrolls. Spend money on them, and then you can kind of learn. I'm gonna check out. You have a spell book, right? Like
Yes.
Arcanist.
Arcanist has a spell book. I have to remember.
It's like a
Arcanist.
wizard.
Yeah, that's right. It's like 5th edition wizard.
5e wizard.
Yeah,
5e wizard.
Ivy wizard.
So,
But
yeah.
cooler.
You basically buy a bunch of scrolls of different spells you want to learn, and then you just take some time putting them into your spell book. You can research new spells. I haven't gone into it in a while, but if you want to do some stuff like that, let me know. I do have some rules for spell creation. They're not the best, but they're interesting. I considered using some of this shit in the past. Let me put it that way. I had some interesting character ideas to one that developed their own spells. Also, there's this entire school of spell casting that uses spell words and stuff that's really weird and things like that. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
Okay, thanks. I'll have to keep that in mind. I was more just trying to figure out how I can go about learning spells in game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy scrolls of the spells you want, and then you make a spellcraft check, I think, and you spend gold to copy it into your spellbook, and then you can prepare it like all your other spells.
Okay.
Yeah. The advantage of you is you can just spend money to learn new stuff.
Just throw money at the problem.
You just,
I mean, hey,
That's all I ever
listen,
need.
imagine being a nerd. I just know, and I can just learn whatever spell I want on my spell list.
Because you got the divine spell list, which honestly suffers a
Isn't
little
as
bit.
good.
Yeah, but
Divine
that's,
spell list.
Well, the divine spell list is actually better for self-buffing, I think.
It is amazing for self buff.
Yeah, that's all I do. I didn't hit shit.
Have
but-
the most powerful spell of all, a gun.
I
cast
discovered this spell is on my list, so fuck everything invisible now.
That's amazing.
Honestly, the only thing I have to say about that is invisible stalkers are immune to that.
I know
Yeah.
it wouldn't work on them, but it would work on anyone else being invisible. So
So I do have two things I wanted to do on the way there. The first I would do before anything else because I want to do it before Tessa came and talked to us. And I would sit down with Revia and basically say, listen, Tessa, I like her and all, but she's using us for something. I want us to start trying to figure out what that is. She wanted us on the council and she's making a play at something. I don't know what it is, but I want to know. And you're better at this stuff.
I would suspect, considering she does not want to be Hurricane King, and we are upcomers, and no one really likes the current one, I think she's trying to get people in position either to elect someone else as Hurricane King or get us elected. That's what I would suspect. She wants a friend as the king, but she doesn't want the role.
And it seems like the Lord of Gales is on the same the same page as her because he stepped aside and let somebody else win this year. He's been boxing people out of the council for a long time. But this year,
I think so. They want change in the shackles, I think. And what's the best way to get change than get some newcomers and put them at the throne? The newcomers is always going to have less influence than them because they're established. So we will have to, till we gain more influence, we're going to have to bend some knees, which is going to suck to the more influential ones.
But I want to make sure when the time comes that they don't hold anything over us.
We will not.
Something else.
We won't make any deals that put us in servitude. Trust me. Besmara won't allow it.
I'm going to depend on you to catch when anyone's doing quiet things.
Missy's kind of better at that. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, and I wanted your opinion. Actually, he'll get up because you're in the office. You both share. He'll go and open the door.
We do share.
Yell on the ship, Misty, get in here! And then he'll just go back to his office.
Yeah, after like a little bit of like, you probably have like a very awkward sit as Misty is in her workshop where she lives.
Yeah, Yaalkol like knows this, but he also knows you can hear him because he's really loud. So he just goes and sits down, and he'll just like have a conversation with Revia until Misty comes.
After like a little bit, Misty will come in, and she just has like this annoyed look and a cup of tea as you've very clearly interrupted relaxation.
Sorry, needed your opinion. He'll gesture to one of the open seats. Jacub, he's ship mage. Thinking about making him officer. He's smart. Right. He's a little bit of a yellow belly, but I think we can beat that up.
Right. Well,
he's a little bit of a coward, yeah.
I think I am a bit, yeah, but I'll be honest. When faced with, the prospect of dying, most mages are a bit of a coward.
I mean, I think that's mostly you. You have a real big vendetta against mages, right?
Well, I wouldn't call it a vendetta, per se.
You are, specialized in murdering them.
Well, there's, reasons for that.
I believe it. It just, I'm not saying you're wrong, but, I think your experience is, niche.
I think that Jacub would be a fine officer.
I don't know if any of the crew will respect him.
We don't need them to for now.
For now, they're
going to be scared of him because he can cast magic.
I mean, they're always going to be scared of him. He can cast magic.
I'm going to level with you. A lot of officers on this ship can cast magic.
That is, yeah. I mean, the whole being...
Yeah, but no one's scared of Concubar. Everyone loves Concubar, except all the women.
Who tolerated him?
Also, I have to be honest. I started an HR box the other day because I thought we needed one, and it is all full of complaints against Concubar. I think we need to have a talk.
And most pirates, and most pirates are okay with me and Sandra. We are, gifted powers from the pirate queen herself.
That's what we call it.
Yeah, but he does it from a book or whatever, and that weirds people out.
I mean, I don't like it either. It's some nerd shit.
I mean, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't
think you're
understand.
really overthinking spellcasting. It's more or less all the same.
No, it's not. What are you talking about? I get my powers from the Great Besmara.
Right.
God, you're silly. Anyway.
Yaalkol, when you look at Yaalkol, you meet his eyes misty. Yaalkol just kind of nods in agreement to you quietly, subtly. And then he'll say, "All right, so I have to get the other officers to vote, but most of them just agree with whatever the hell I say. You two are the only ones who will actually disagree with me, and I'd rather you do it in private."
Um, you know, I don't actually. That's not like what most of the crew do, Yaalkol. I don't think you've ever paid attention in a meeting. They will default to like our choices, but they do give their opinions. Do you just not listen?
Do they?
Yes,
Yes, Yaalkol.
I usually
Okay.
listen to whatever you tell me.
Well,
Right.
oh my
I
god.
assume that was those are just your idea. Have these been other people's ideas?
I mean, they're mostly
We're
mine.
a collective of ideas.
We don't really.
too.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, we ask them, and then if I don't think it's like good enough, I ignore it.
I mean,
I don't know. People talk. They say
Most-
so much stuff during those meetings. I can't like.
The
Right,
dwarf's
well-
really smart.
yeah, cool. I have a nice proposition for you. Okay, when we get to Port Peril, we're going to go to our good friend Nat, and we're going to ask for a very nice trinket that will help you think clearer and pay more attention during these meetings, so you can be a more informed captain.
I mentioned this before. I don't like the idea of something that. He just sort of gestures at his face.
You know what we can do, y'all? Cool. We can get the band, the headband, and we can have it help you know when people are alive.
I don't hate that.
He's got to have an intelligence headband with skills and sense mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good idea too, though. It's
He doesn't need charisma, he just needs intelligence.
Intelligence.
Well, that's
and
like
sense
the-
motive.
that super works, right? Because I mean, he has a struggle telling if people are lying to him, but that'll definitely help.
Yeah.
Charisma's a lost cause.
He's got this far. So y'all cool. We'll just after this conversation, he'll nod and say, "All right, I'm gonna have the officers meet tonight, and we'll do a vote." It's really like other people have been giving ideas.
Yes, other
I
people
thought they
do
were.
that.
I thought it was
Y'all
just you
cool.
two.
I mean, I don't really give many plans.
I should probably start doing these conversations with them.
Yes, they are
Like, they would
your
give
trusted
opinions.
crew.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Interesting.
Well, no. The first part we talked about, that was good. Just me, you. All right. You know, Misty's
Wait,
okay
what?
with it too.
Hold on,
But,
what did you
like-
talk about Arcan in here?
Oh, it's Tessa. She's pretty sus. Got it.
Right, okay, sure.
Yeah, I just think that Tessa is onto something.
Don't
Revia agreed.
burn every single bridge while I'm not
Oh.
present, please.
No. The bridge is fully intact. It's made of stone.
He
Very
can
strong.
break stone very easily. Don't break that one.
Y'all cool gonna like argue with you and then just sort of nod. and, but yeah.
No breaking bridges without my permission.
I don't
Wait,
want to be her friend.
Y'all cool?
I don't want
Do
to
you-
be her friend.
Yo, Cole, do you understand what we mean by bridge in this situation?
Yeah, like I assume we're gonna have to build a lot of bridges when we on the island.
Oh.
There's gonna be,
Misty
like-
just takes a sip of her tea.
And I figured we were gonna like name one after Tessa or something, and that'd be kind of cool. And she'd like that.
Well, good luck.
I thought
with
that was like an idea that would make us friends.
So y'all, and then as Misty leaves, the door is closing because I'm explaining what like we meant by
What a
bridge.
bridge.
Of building bridges, metaphorically. You're basically just you break down what a metaphor is to Yaalkol.
Does Yaalkol retain this information?
Yaalkol seems very confused, but at the end says, "Okay, so it's a not real bridge. Got it."
No, it's not.
Why would someone
Now
build
repeat to me what I said.
Why would someone build a bridge you can't walk over?
Yaalkol gets up and says, "I have to go check the sails."
I have to
And
think
he
I have
leaves and
That's not your job.
he just
As
leaves.
you walk out.
Yeah.
I have to think goes in the closet.
And Yaalkol will literally just because he shares a room with you, he can't really avoid you. He
Well,
just
no,
stands
you have
around
the closet. You have the closet.
You do have the closet. You can go back out.
That's right.
This is my thinking room. Don't interrupt.
That's like your private section of the room.
Yaalkol walks in the closet, frustrated,
closes the door.
stands in the closet.
We have to expand the closet.
I
We
love
have to
that
make it
you're
big
the one
enough.
saying it, and Yaalkol just stands in the closet. And
All right, when we're going to these repairs, we're gonna note the closet's gonna get expanded and have like one big beanbag chair, and have a table with like the fidget toys, so Yaalkol can fidget while he's thinking. And I'll spend some money on it.
we're just making a fucking rubber room for Yaalkol.
You're making a desensitization.
That just puts his arms around him, so he can just rock nice back and forth while he's thinking, whisper to himself. It'll be great.
No, but that is gonna be canon now. He's gonna have a larger closet with a beanbag chair and fidget toys.
Yaalkol is just a fucking dumbass. Okay, so that night I'll have like a meeting of the because usually when we don't actually have like officer dinners, just because I usually eat with the crew, but every once in a while I have an officer dinner where I need to like we need to talk to them, and so we'll host an officer dinner that night, and I will have a vote to see if everyone's okay with Jacub becoming an officer. Would any of the NPCs officers have anything against that? I imagine not, but
honestly, no.
Donkey Bar, because he's not a lady.
Conkabar's not gonna complain. Conkabar is just gonna be.
Donkey Bar doesn't care.
he doesn't vote no, but he does complain that we need more feminine.
We need more women on.
Well,
I say you always say that, Conkabar. I need to point to the HR box. I just point. There's more since this afternoon.
I mean, just so you know, if he asked, I could become that.
no one asked. I think that needs to be said.
Oh God, no! You're gonna be camping.
Whatever you want
Flashbacks
from me.
to all the sins I have committed.
This is a sin I won't allow to be committed.
So if everyone votes yes, Yaalkol will get up, and this time rather than because last time Revia did talk to him after he just barked at somebody to make them an officer, and it's like you should probably make it a little bit more pump. This time Yaalkol will like.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, there. Ambrose will actually say loudly. There is one thing I was thinking of about officers. Now that you're mentioning it, well, since you sent Cog out and Rosie out to take care of the other ship, we're down a boatswain and a master of arms.
True.
Who's gonna take over their position if you're not bringing them back to the ship?
That's a good question.
Did Tilly leave as well? I think so.
Yeah,
I can check who's on that too. It's all on the spreadsheet, baby.
I'll make note of that right
All the NPCs are accounted for that are worthwhile of accounting, aka not Owlbear. And then I don't know if it makes sense putting the mercs as officers. I think that's kind of weird.
Basically part of the crew now.
Fair enough, actually.
So
we could put the mercs like the dwarf.
the dwarf
I like him.
definitely. I could make him the master at arms.
I'm gonna look at someone's class.
What does he do? I actually don't know what he does.
He's a hunter.
Hunter.
He's a hunter.
Landless is a rogue.
Landless is a rogue.
That's Lucian.
Lucian's a fighter. Regina's a rogue. And Sorna is also Sorna's a barbarian.
Yeah.
And if you bring up the prospect of we need like someone to do the punishing and stuff, Misty will say not her because she gets angry very easily.
Yeah, probably not good.
Let's leave the dwarf not as an officer. He's kind of like he just kind of vibes, and I think it would ruin his mood if he was like actually doing stuff.
No, listen, I'll be 100% honest. He wouldn't do it anyways.
Yeah, so how about Landless as Master of Arms? He's kind of crazy. I like him.
What does Master of Arms do?
They train people in like boarding and fighting, right?
Wait, I already do that?
It's a ship's senior rating, normally carrying the rank of chief officer. In charge of discipline aboard the ship, assisted by their discipline, basically, Master of Arms.
Because I'm like the one who trains people.
You're the gunner.
Yeah, I'm the one who trains.
Okay, yeah. Well, is Landless a good discipliner?
I have no idea. Let me look at his stats. He's a rogue. He's an elf.
Who's the fighter one?
The fighter is Lucian.
Lucian might be better for Master of Arms, honestly.
Yeah.
Lucian, Master of Arms, Landless, Boatswain.
Sounds good.
He's like, he jumps around the ship and shit. He's cool as hell.
He's Captain Jack Sparrow.
He is Captain Jack Sparrow.
I will
He's
put this on the
also
list.
6'2".
Holy shit, that's huge for a ship.
Alright.
I'm putting him on the list.
Mhm.
And Lucian's your husband, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to have to remember to do something because they get upgrades then, technically. So I'm going to move these two over to here because they're officers.
They're in the officer folder now.
Yeah. They get some extra levels that I have to remember to give them in the week's break. Because they've been, they're no longer mercenaries. They're got some bonus
people.
levels. They're people. Well, the mercenaries are people too. I mean,
they're half people.
Harsk is what he is. He's a
Harsk
thing.
is a
I love
beautiful
him.
creature.
He's one of the better NPCs.
He is the greatest, and I'm happy that I caused this. Every week there's another trapdoor on your ship somewhere, just so he can sneak around.
He just installs them all the time.
Yeah, like I don't even know how.
He just shows up in every room. Nowhere is safe.
He just is like,
He's actually a level 20. He's actually a level 20 mage that has like greater invisibility and dimension door.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just chooses not to use his other magical abilities. That's all he uses.
The real
He's just
cat
agent
move.
of chaos. Yeah, so I will go and after we'll sort that out, and then I'll go and grab Jacub, bring him into the officer quarter, and introduce him to the officers, and say something to the other effect of, Jacub, by majority vote, we have decided to offer you an officer position on the ship. What do you say?
I accept. Of course, yeah, absolutely. I accept. I didn't realize I had made such an impression. I won't let you down.
Here's the thing. Bit of a coward. Be better at that. But it's okay.
Hey, I only ran away once last fight.
That's true.
And then I ran towards danger, towards the end of that.
And I'm cool with the improvements, small steps.
Running away is a natural
Welcome to the
reaction to
team.
threat. We're quite abnormal.
Well, to be pirates like us, you have to be a little abnormal. Although I'm blessed by the pirate goddess, so
Right.
this is
You
expected.
keep saying that.
I mean, I
I
show
just-
like
I
my hands
just-
and the tattoo.
I just imagine Bismarck somewhere being like, "Who are you?"
Who the fuck are you?
No, I got the trait that says it. All right,
I
suck it.
just love the thought that they're just like Besmar somewhere is like.
Look,
No,
she's the pirate queen. She got like ambrosia drunk, or was it nectar drunk? And like,
Yeah, nectar drunk.
like blessed you.
Like, hey, bless this
She
one.
gives me power. Okay,
Oh god.
I'm a war priest. All right, I'm dedicated to the cause.
Bless
I'm
you.
a high level worshiper of Vesmara.
That's why I want to be a god. That's what I would do. I would just get
I
trash
Drunk, and then just pick a random dude.
and just bless them. It's like, you are now the avatar of my will on Earth. I have no idea who you are. I'll check.
Well, I'm
on
not that
you in
good.
50 years.
I'll background check you later.
Yeah, background check you later.
Hey, you know the gods work in mysterious ways.
So, yeah, with that, that's the last thing I want to do on the trip there. Then we can get to Port Peril.
Yeah, I guess since there's a big officer meeting, and I guess now everyone is present. During this officer dinner, Misty will kind of speak up a little bit. I know I do not make many contributions to your officer discussions that often. There are reasons for that, but I will be taking a bit more of a step to try to be helpful in the future. You know, we're dealing with Chelix pretty recently in the last couple of months.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna be a player going forward.
As someone who has quite a bit of experience with them, I would feel bad if I didn't as much as I should.
Well, anything you're willing to give, Misty, your opinion, it's important to us.
You can tell Yaalkol is already just completely. He did all of the stuff he had prepared in advance, and now so he just has nothing in the situation.
Shit, he's got to think on the spot now.
And so he's just he's looking around the room desperately trying to summon something. He's just okay.
We will enjoy your expertise on the subject, for none of us like the Chelix.
I'm sorry. I don't mean sorry. I'm just confused. What? I thought we were just normal pirates, but now we're fighting a nation?
I'm on the council now, kid.
We always and
Yeah, I
every
thought-
pirate in the Shackles would willingly fight the Chelix if they could win.
They're
I mean,
quite bad.
They're terrible. I'd fight them too.
Remember the devil place we went to with the imps and shit? That's all of Chelix.
That's right. He doesn't know the whole thing.
No. Well, he went to the island.
Oh, that's right. He was on the island. Never mind. I forgot when Jacub joined. So Jacub does know what's going on.
No,
I'll say that, and then you'll remind him. Yeah, he's been here for. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
Now we did have a close encounter with one of the Chelixian pirate exterminator. I'm trying to get the name. The Dominator.
Wow, hot.
And we would like to destroy it one day.
Well,
Yeah. That and the man's promise, but
I will be happy to assist you with that.
We're on the man's promise.
Cool.
Yaalkol.
Yeah, cool.
Dragon's we're on the dragon
Yeah.
promise.
Yaalkol.
Promise.
Yaalkol.
Oh, that's right, the man's promise. Oh my god, I thought the name. I don't remember the name.
It's in character. It's in character, so it works.
That's in character. So, and then you say that, and Yaalkol was like,
Cannon?
"Oh, that's right." What's Harrigan's ship? That one.
The
I don't like
Wormwood.
that
The
one.
Wormwood.
That's a crappy name.
The
I like
fine
our
name.
name.
You know what? That's true. That is a quite bad name for a ship.
Alright,
Wormwood. Never heard of
Well.
Wormwood.
Yes, you have it. Yaalkol.
going
Have I?
forward, there are things you should probably know about me going forward. I have mentioned my past history with Chelix before, yes. It's a bit deeper than that.
Okay.
Technically, I'm more of a traitor to Chelix than anything. I was one of their inquisitors. It is why I know it's why I can do what I do against people like him, and I will gesture towards Jacub.
They hunt mages.
Yaalkol will look at the other crew and look at Revia and look back at Misty, and so I'll lean in and say, "Inquisitors, they ask questions."
Yes.
is
Oh
hard
no.
to-
God!
I mean, technically, I'm sure that's what.
It's a bit deeper than that.
What
But
I
like, yes.
do cannot.
You know what?
What I do
I'll give-
should not be mentioned in the presence of a dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
sorry.
messy.
You know, we don't talk about what you do, Yaalkol, to people. So we don't talk about what Misty does to people. Specifically mages.
I kill people.
I'll explain it to you and like
Yaalkol will just like go back to listening.
when we're going to bed, Yaalkol, I'll explain it to you. It'll make more sense then, okay? I imagine I now like instead of bedtime stories to Yaalkol, like I explain I explain basic concepts
Like
to him
high
to like
school.
catch him up.
Yes.
And I'm probably half decent teacher.
I feel we will be dealing with Chelix more in the future. I have also taken the liberty to brush up on my info.
I'm sorry. You know what?
Infernal is a language.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I know.
speak in
a bit, so-
infernal. I speak into infernal to you, and it sounds horrific because it's fucking demon screech.
That was not. Why would you? I mean, you're talking about ruining dinner. That kind of set the mood.
Can words actually hurt? Hurt my ears.
There are many words that can hurt.
Hankubar literally hurts people with words.
Oh, that's right.
I try not to, as much as there sometimes a need to use it.
The
Love
box.
is much better.
Oh, I like his flowery words. Let him be.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Listen, you don't understand. You weren't there at the beginning. He learned quickly. Not. He
Well-
never messed with you. But trust
His
me.
compliments make this old woman feel special.
You must always know how to make a flower bloom, even if it is one that is not available to you to pick.
He's not learning.
Look at him.
He's not learning anything from these workshops we keep putting on. They're weekly at this point. He's not getting anything. Like I don't retain anything, and he's retaining less somehow.
God bless him. He's trying hard.
I thought we've been improving your ability to find some fine dress. Yes?
No, we've been teaching you about consent.
I always ask first.
Yes, but the thing is, you have to wait for them to say yes. Well, never mind.
You know, maybe
doesn't
Conqueror-
get metaphors, but very much.
Conqueror,
understands
I
consent.
feel like
Joe-
just flirts, you know?
He flirts
You know,
a lot. Yeah, he just flirts.
I'm just teasing.
He's a
I
devious
question putting him as quartermaster. Maybe that's why we keep getting HR messages because everyone has to go through him.
Yeah, he's great. Leave him alone.
I mean, he does a really great job.
He'll be
at
all
inventory
over when he
management.
casts haste on you again.
Yeah, the shit.
That was a
wares
different
have been
situation.
So well stocked. We have never run out of anything. He's an excellent quartermaster. I just wish he would stop talking. So yeah. I'm sorry, Misty. Yaalkol will say to you, "Thank you for being open."
Well, we've become less employers and more like friends.
You see Yaalkol just like stops and stares at you for like a full 10 seconds when you say that. And then his eyes will just snap back to his dinner plate and he'll just eat the rest of his dinner very quickly.
I whisper to Revia, does he know what a friend is?
I never considered he might not. I'll explain it tonight.
That's the next one.
That's the next lesson. Pulls out book, adds to lesson plan.
I like pull out a notepad, like flip it open. You see like what left and right mean. That's like the first page, and then flip through to another page is like explaining what a metaphor is.
He understands like very basic stuff like left and right. He understands like how
Left
they
and right,
go-
left and right.
Anything that requires really any amount of complex thought, like anything that has layers, is just lost.
Yaalkol is the best and bravest and coolest. Left and right, left and right.
What it was is like the beginning. It was me seeing what you did and did not know.
Yeah, you gotta gauge it, right?
And then below metaphor,
Exactly.
right? What is a friend? Question mark. Flip the notebook close.
The parrot shows up and I just imagine like it's like he's just spouting off what sounds to be like compliments for Yaalkol.
Yeah, it's because Yaalkol. I imagine Yaalkol when no one else is around.
Whispers it
it's
to
just
himself.
whispering affirmations around the parrot, and the parrot just keeps repeating them. And Yaalkol's like, "Yeah." He thinks honestly the parrot is complimenting him.
Confidence boost, you know.
He doesn't necessarily understand that it's a mimic. He just thinks
I forgot that there's a parrot on this ship. I'm gonna teach it. I'm teaching it Infernal.
I was gonna say I could teach you.
I'm gonna teach this thing Infernal.
The thing is almost always either with me or on its perch when I'm on the ship, but it stays on the ship. It never comes with me off the ship.
I reach behind me with like a piece of meat and I drop it into the
All right, you have the fucking prawn.
into Grinner's tank.
Yeah. It tears it apart.
Grinner.
Funny to make the dinner awkward with all of the formality.
No,
Time to celebrate.
And Yaalkol will just like at that turn just slam his fist on the table, probably knocking people's drinks over. Oh, sorry.
Damn it, Yaalkol.
They were ready. Most of them were ready for it.
Yeah, it's just
I was-
Just grabbed their drinks already.
I wasn't because I was feeding Grinner.
I imagine all the officers are just so used to it. Jacub and Revia are the only ones that get knocked over because they're not prepared. Everyone else is just so used to it. They just grab their glasses. They see me swing my fist up. Just sorry. And that's that's the only scenes I had for the sailing back.
Yeah, what's the thing for Misty?
All right.
A little more memery than I would expect.
Sorry.
I mean, you know,
Memes are good sometimes.
I love you.
we're dealing with Yaalkol. You
Yeah, I forgot Yaalkol has 6 charisma. I'm sorry.
Yaalkol just does not know how to deal with like serious moments. He's basically always just working at one baseline. That's all he's
basically,
always
like, if you ever go and bother Misty about partying, the answer is usually going to be no.
Okay.
Like we would normally really ask. It's like the celebration on deck, and then people join if they want. If they don't want to join, they just go below deck.
Most of the time, Misty's either reading something or messing with the Harrow deck. Or playing a little music box she found in a fish cave.
Yaalkol is basically spending every evening just getting sloshed and then getting up the next day, going about the day until the evening comes. Basically, once he knows that no one's going to visit the ship, he'll start drinking.
Every time you wake up in the morning, you get slapped with a lesser restoration.
By Rio.
Rio's just standing over me when I wake up. I'm like,
Slaps you across the face.
Thank you, Rio.
One of these days, it's gonna be an inflict critical wounds out of spite.
I don't know what that means, but please don't.
I don't drink enough to get super drunk because I still have to drive the ship.
Yeah. Yaalkol does not, so he gets very drunk.
I don't trust other people.
You will actually probably have noticed. Basically, since the whole card game thing where Misty got like so fucking drunk, I had minus like 9 or something to all of my stats. Misty hasn't drunk anything since that.
You know what? That makes sense.
It's like a little too much. But
Not young anymore, dude.
after a few weeks of travel, the fleet will arrive back at Port Peril, and it will be excitement. It seems the tales of your victory have superseded you and have arrived already in port here. Certainly as you head into Port Peril, every bar you visit along the way offers you free drinks. And certainly the tale of your exploits and the close race, the down to the wire. Instead of like you managed to pull ahead at the end, now the story has you like being like neck and neck. That it required like the Master of Guild used special magic to see exactly who won. Sort of like photo finish kind of thing. It's come down to it wasn't that close. It was pretty close.
You can tell that Misty is not both not used to being like praised for any deeds, and is also a little uncomfortable with it.
So I want to be clear. First night in town, me and Yaalkol go on a bender.
Nice.
Well, you won't be doing that because your first night in town.
Second night in town.
As a hearty congratulations, the Pirate Council of the Shackles offers to host a fete in your honor.
Oh, what?
Fete. Bounty hunter.
No, it might be a.
It is like a small party or something.
Man in a weird helmet.
Let me click this button in Google to see if I pronounce it right.
Fate.
A fete, a festival celebration.
There you go.
Okay, cool. I accept.
Basically, they're holding a gala in your order, but it's like it's not the fancy kind of gala. It's the pirate kind of gala.
Yeah, it's the
Pirate gala. We're gonna get. There's gonna be a lot of really drunk people with their shirts off.
At some point, I gotta show off to my parents. They live in Port Peril.
I'm sure they showed up for you arriving back and like, oh, we're so happy for you, honey.
It's W. I mean, I've kind of had a traumatized life since like
Making your parents proud.
I've been blessed by Besmara. It was kind of fucked up how it happened, but it's besides the point.
Jacub will ask you, are those your parents? They're like wicked adorable. I've never known a pirate to have parents still around.
I will stab you if you say anything like that again.
They are very adorable.
I have a weapon. This will not be. I will not take this.
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yaalkol won't say anything, but you can tell that Yaalkol is looking for someone and is disappointed that they don't come.
Someone else will show up. You've got someone else. I have to remember. I forgot now. I didn't check. You've got siblings, right?
I have two siblings.
Yeah. Your choice. One of them will be around.
I wouldn't. So I'm gonna say it's my sister because I wouldn't approach them.
Yes.
She would approach me.
Yes.
And you could tell. So when you see the Yaalkol sister, they're like so different. She's incredibly outgoing, very nice. She comes up and she's very like a mother, and she comes up and hugs Yaalkol. Yaalkol does the thing where he has his hand by his side, and she like pushes him on the chest and says, "Hug me back." And so Yaalkol will awkwardly embrace her back. And so basically, she spends the whole night being very talkative, and Yaalkol will just sit silently the entire time. And the next day, she'll just leave without any saying hello or goodbye or anything.
Yeah. It's a big party that's going to be there. That a lot of friends and family are invited to. It's the celebration of your victory. And the party will go on, of course, since the entire council is there. Tess is there, Bone Fist is there, many of the other council members are basically in there. Particularly Misty, since you don't partake in drink, you'll notice there's someone else that doesn't partake in drink. The Master of Gales.
Oh.
At some point, he'll take notice that you are not drinking and actually pull you aside. Will you be able to relay this information to the others once they've sobered up?
Should be able to, yes.
Well, there's more to what's going on than just a party and an island. And they should know about it. You now have control of a bit of land. This remote archipelago north of the Rampart Isles. The Isle of Empty Eyes. It's named for its strange statues that leer over its shores. The place is uninhabited and fraught with danger. And make no doubt, but not for a pirate of your capabilities can't handle, I'm sure. And of course, the rest of your crew. The seat on the Pirate Council has been earned. But winning a race does not make a sailor a captain, nor a freebooter a lord. So, you must show the council you can tame the island and make it your own. And then, you can claim the seat proper.
I'll ensure that the captain knows of this.
Excellent. Plan for about 3 months' time, for an entourage from the lords from the council will come calling. And they're going to see if you're worth the honor that's been bestowed upon your crew and your captain. They'll expect to be fated as benefits pirate lords of their stature. You look like you know what you're doing. They'll take your oath of loyalty and grant you the seat proper on the council. If not, well, you wouldn't be the first winner of the regatta who's failed to live up to expectations.
Understood.
The gift of the Pirate Council is something that can easily be taken away, as long as all the other members agree to it. Understand that.
I'll make sure Yaalkol is aware of this, and we will plan accordingly.
He'll kind of shake his head and then be like, and then he'll just head off.
Alright, fair enough.
So, drinking and merriment will complete. The party will be excellent, honestly. It is, one benefiting a pirate lord. Certainly. Lives up to that concept. Grand drinks and foods, merriment, singing, dancing, music, probably some, like, game events here and there. The entire thing is exciting. And for those of you that are partaking in the drink, it's going to be hard to remember portions of it. Because the drink will flow freely. Of course, in the morning, many a headache will be there. But you've earned your hard-earned victory. And you're basically probationary members of the Pirate Council. Congratulations.
Ooh.
Now you just have to prove that you're worthy of that title. Good luck on that one.
Where does Yaalkol like go somewhere to sleep, or does he just like pass out somewhere?
He sleeps inside the cabin, but you know that the cabin there's a bed and a very nice hammock that's in there that Revia sleeps in. And he sleeps on the bed.
I'm gonna roll this D100 real fast. Alright. Remembering how loud and interrupting it was that someone screamed Misty's name very loudly to get her aboard, Misty is going to pull out a gun and fire it right in front of your door into the air.
And
you hear
Yaalkol probably like jump up.
In short order, you hear a loud crash. It sounds like a desperate scuttling, and then you hear just things go careening as Yaalkol startles out of bed, gets up, grabs his hammer, and just unseats most of the stuff in this place just by swinging it wildly one-handed as he runs desperately for the door, and then he just slams open the door, stumbling out half naked with his hammer in one hand, and just looking like
Revia's just yelling, "What are you doing? What is wrong with you?"
Good morning, Captain.
I peek out.
That's good. And then just huck the hammer onto the bed.
No, you get your ass back in here, Yaalkol, and you start picking up this shit.
Come in.
We need to have a conversation.
Yaalkol will invite you in, closing the door behind him, and he'll start picking up the all the debris that he just created.
And I will relay what I was told last night to Revia and Jacub.
We knew that there were gonna be expectations. Well, now we know what they are.
Well, we were gonna do this anyway. Might as well show off. Let's do it so fucking good that they're impressed.
You guys know how long we have to stick around here to be polite?
Till the ship's repaired.
The ship is fucked.
Yeah,
To
shit.
put it lightly.
All right. Well,
Let's
once the
pay-
ship's on its 2 feet again, then we'll set sail to the island.
Yep.
How do you throw a party? Like I usually I've
think-
only ever gone to them.
Revia and I can handle that. You don't worry about that at all.
Yeah, we got it. Conquer Ball will help.
Yes. You know. You're right at the hitting and smashing thing, and I appreciate that, but the talking thing, you know, maybe do a
Are
little
clowns
bit.
expensive? He's just sitting there.
We will
thinking
not
things.
invite a
I'm
clown.
surprised you know what a clown is.
I saw one.
I had a
when
clown
I was a
once.
kid.
Yeah, I did too. It was very strange. I didn't like it.
Well,
Really?
one I thought was
Clowns are
dead.
quite funny.
They were
I thought
like
it was funny.
they were like a worshiper or some god, and it just didn't vibe.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, the one I saw was dead. So
Does my god not vibe with you?
No, Desna's pretty cool.
Hmm.
I like the chaos bit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
is there a god of hammers?
Dreams are cool.
Dwarven god.
Hey, is there a god of hammers? Oh no! I guess I know the god of hammers.
Honestly,
One of the
he's
closest
like the
equivalent is.
blacksmith god, I guess.
I mean, honestly, like the
Smithing?
statement, dwarven god, kind of hits the nail on the head.
Yeah, some dwarven god probably.
It's probably
Yeah.
that they're not exactly a god of hammers. It's just also
It's probably like god of
The hammer is like
smithing,
their,
and they have a hammer as their divine favorite weapon or whatever.
Yeah, I'm looking for a god with a maul as a favorite weapon. That's what you have, right?
Either
I have a two-hand. It's an
Earthbreaker.
earthbreaker, but yeah, it's basically a maul. It's a two-handed hammer.
I don't think there's any god of an earthbreaker as a
It
favorite
would be a
weapon.
a hammer would probably be the closest thing.
So there's a lot of warhammers.
What's the warhammer? What's a warhammer? one?
There's a lot. Well, there's Turag, but he's lame as hell.
I think I'm a
It
cool
would
god.
literally be the first one that anyone.
No.
spits.
I will. Let me just search through the list to see if there's any chaotic, not evil. Well, there's Azthoth, which is a outer god. I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's a Cthulhu god.
No, then probably not that one.
As a thought. Yeah, I got. Yeah, I
the
like
outer
that.
gods are a whole, the outer gods are a whole thing, dude.
Cthulhu Fatagan, you say?
No, look.
Cthulhu is the thing in Pathfinder.
He's like a
I
CR
know.
40. You
Look.
can fight him.
Yaalkol, there's no really fitting gods of hammers for you. Just worship Besmara.
Well, Desna will always
Okay.
accept followers into her arms.
What is she like?
Besmara, don't worry about it.
Um,
God, you know you love the goddess of piracy. You're a fucking pirate captain.
god of travel and dreams.
Versus the
Make
god
sure
of
you are
war.
safe. when you
What's a
travel.
dream?
Don't worry about it.
That's pretty cool. I like that there's two gods.
There's a lot more than two.
There is a whole.
I've killed a lot of followers of a lot of gods.
Like
We've killed a
everyone
lot of
around me
followers.
worship Besmara, so like I knew that was a thing.
There's only 2 people here that worship Besmara.
Well,
Like-
I mean, there's, Asmodeus, killed a few of his worshippers.
Oh, Dad used to say his name all the time. He used to. I knew about Besmara because Dad used to give me lashes if I didn't spit into the water when something bad happened to us. He said that it made Besmara upset. I don't know.
Your
Right.
dad was on something. That's not any tenet of Besmara I know.
Right.
Dad, I think Dad just liked to whip me.
This explains so much.
You gotta whip him.
I'd rather not.
I don't know where he is.
No, that's kind of weird. I'd take that back.
That's
I didn't
something
say
Conkybar. That's something Conkybar would be into.
Yo, we should get Conkerbar to do it. Think about it. The small little gnomish man whipping a giant Dragonborn. The
This is
comedy
someone's
right in itself.
kink. This
Describe
is
it.
someone's kink.
I've seen this art.
I've seen this happen before.
Yaalkol will just want to say apropos of nothing. He'll say, "Yeah, Da sold me into slavery when I was like 8, so I don't really
I mean, I
know
understand
where he was
that,
since then."
kind of, except, you know, the whole not being sold, more like your entire caravan and family being slaughtered and then kidnapped.
Ow.
Man,
That sucks.
just,
That's dark. Meanwhile,
you know who
I
did
just had
that?
a
Can we
normal
go fuck them up?
Oh yeah, the Telux. You know, they pressed me into their position and I had to do a lot of awful things.
You know,
That explains a lot. You didn't see
We
the
might-
person who would hurt
we could
people.
do. We could. Is Chelix on the coast? We could do a drive-by after all this.
You don't want to fuck with the Telux.
We're just gonna fucking raid Shellixy ports. Just
Good
out of
luck
spite.
on
You
First
will
one?
you will get a long lecture of why that is a horrible idea.
You know that
I
Navy
will
ship?
look-
They have like a fleet of those that patrol those waters. Or
Oh,
a
I
few.
love this god.
What if we could just help?
God of physical development.
This is exactly what. This is like the god of weightlifting.
He's a demigod.
It's swole.
He's literally Chad became a demigod.
You ever get so many games that they make you a god, kinda?
So, it will take some time to repair your ship. In the meantime, you could purchase or sell gear that you have. So you could get some magic items created. Any other kind of loose ends that you kind of have to, that you feel like you did before, like you're going on a major, because you will know this is a major expedition. This is an untapped island.
You know,
that you have to gain control over.
Tantus, you know what might be useful information right now?
Mm-hmm.
The loot from the alchemist's place.
I will be giving that because we are going to take a few weeks off after
Cool.
this.
All right. Well, we might want to sell some of that, so we have a
Yes,
tentative.
you will.
Maybe sell.
Well, I'm saying like now because we're at like 5 minutes from the end, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we
I-
have stuff that we might sell.
Recommendations that I will go over post game of.
Yeah. Anything you think you'll need for helping to take over this island? As you can see, the island is actually quite sizable. It's on this map, the Island of Many Eyes. I
Up
will.
here. It's fucking massive, dude.
Yeah.
We need. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's.
We need to arrange.
I'll shift.
We need to go here. We need to send a message to Tidewater Rock to have Cog return with the ship, with the second ship. So we can use them to transport people to
I will tell you-
to the island.
The island's
Let's
just out of game. The island size, it's probably about. It takes up like a 50 square mile area.
Yeah, it's big.
Granted,
Yeah.
there's a lot of waterways and stuff in amongst there, but that's still a pretty sizable island that you're going to be gaining control over. That is
Yeah.
why you could make a city here, honestly, if you wanted to.
Hey, I know the rules.
It might happen. Not in this campaign.
So-
Obviously.
You can also find out information about this place if you want to. If anybody, you will have time. You can make a knowledge geography, a knowledge local, or you could use diplomacy to gather information. Up to you what you'd want to do, just to
I
see
will-
what you know.
I'm gonna go
Which
ask
one's
Nat.
better? Geography or local?
All diplomacy. See what I can gather.
Geography or local.
Yeah.
I guess I can have Nat roll. 'Cause
Yeah, I am gonna go visit Nat because I do want to peruse any firearm related things she may have created.
yeah, we can figure that out. Let's see. Local.
Specifically, I am looking for something of shotgun nature.
Yaalkol will basically, every time he's in town, just go spend a couple hours just hanging out at Nat's shop. Just quietly sitting there while Nat works. And then he'll get up and be like, it was nice hanging out. And then leave.
Nice
Yeah.
talking to you.
That's
So-
that's cute.
So certainly you'll be able to find some things out about the island. just by like what you know about it and asking around. Certainly, like Revia, you will get the most. I will tell you by asking around. You'll learn a few more things than other people seem to have known. And Jacub, you'll recall a few things about the island from like what you know about various places in the Shackles. It's on the northern part of the Shackles. It has no known settlements, and Chelik's warships have sometimes been scouted in the waters near the island. Sailors claim that the island got its name from the large statues on the swords. The statues' eyes are missing, and some say the bare sockets once held gemstones. There had been colonists that settled the island once before and built a fort there, but they soon disappeared. There's a lot of rumors that go around. Just colonists. No one knows who they came from.
Do we know what the location of the fort is?
Not at all.
Nope.
Damn, that would have been useful.
Yeah, some say they left. Not that either. There's rumors that they left on a treasure hunt. Others just claim that they perished and their spirits now haunt the island. Revia, you'll find out that someone that seems a little bit more knowledgeable at Shackles, like an old man, like you're asking around in like a couple of bars as you're getting your free drinks that you kind of get, they say like, I once heard some stories about that island. A friend of mine was on a pirate crew that stopped by there many a year ago, just briefly. Some say that there was some giant-sized ruins that stand on the island's highlands. Thought it might be filled with ancient treasure. Ravenous dinosaurs guard the ruins. Couldn't get close. Remember, dinosaurs are a thing.
Fucking yeah, they
like
never
actual dinosaurs?
They
Actual
never
dinosaurs.
come up.
They didn't.
But I love them.
Okay, Galarian, different planet. Dinosaurs didn't go extinct
Yep.
everywhere.
Yep.
There are places in the world that
Yeah, there's
didn't
just
go
dinosaurs.
extinct.
Yaalkol looks at you and he says,
What's a
"Dinosaurs
dinosaur?
like in the books."
Yeah. Wait,
You read a
books?
dinosaur book?
You can read?
Well, no. Then my sister read it to me, but she showed
Oh.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Like, the majority of the world's dinosaurs originally come from Mwangi, but there are places like here, the Shackles, which happen to
Wait.
be incredibly near the Mwangi expanse,
Can we think about how dinosaurs have survived for how many years on this smallish island?
We don't think about that.
Don't worry about it. It's a good meme. Good meme, that's all.
Honestly, probably it's part of like a larger landmass at some point. The Shackles might have been part of like a larger landmass that broke apart at some point in time.
If only we had a druid.
True.
No, right?
Better than a druid.
We could
That-
talk to these dinosaurs.
I think I speak of animals. Are they an animal?
They're beast.
But I will leave this as an open thing. Honestly, talking to... I'll actually roll something else here. Let me re-roll, like, I can kind of give Nat some bonus here. Nat gets bonuses to this kind of shit.
These are Cyclopsian, I imagine.
That's, like, Nat's specialty, though, is the thing. So I've got to talk... we got to talk to Lightning about, like, maybe, like, showing up for a couple episodes here and there throughout next season as, I'll roll check. Wow, I just don't roll well for Nat. I'll have Lightning roll, because I can't roll for Nat.
Man, that's
To know if
not
they...
a great roll.
No, I rolled a... let's see.
6 and a 7.
6 and a 7. Wow. But this is like the island which is up Nat's thing, especially like if you would mention the giant-sized ruins. Nat is looking for Cyclopsian ruins.
I think after hearing this, I go to Nat because she talked about that.
That's true.
I think-
She can talk a little bit about that.
So,
That'll be a thing to think about too. So there's a lot of stuff to discuss. So I'm gonna at least say we'll have a couple weeks that we're not gonna be streaming. We might have to have like meetings and talks about stuff, and work through some things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops, level 9 now. Then you'll be heading for the Island of Empty Eyes. And honestly, But before you do, I am going to have one more thing that you'll have an option of, which I will figure out if you want to do any of these before then, or one of them, as I will show you this new Legends list. So, I've done something. Remember the skeletal ball gown?
Yeah.
Now, if you look at this list, there's a list of all these different legends that you can look into.
There's the bees man.
The Crystal Dodo, the Howling Urn, Void Sticks, Fisherman's Folly, Shipwreck in a Bottle, the Lost Messenger, the Buzzard's Bounty, the Oasis of Calm Winds, Philip's Fish Skull, Old Captain's Mutiny, Snare of the Island Eater, the Writhing Effigy, Ocular Spyglass, the Viggles Condemned, and Captain Belbree's Mustache. Which
Awesome.
That one has to be my favorite.
You know what?
Just
I approve that
someone's mustache.
Fish skull, you say? I know someone in a different game who had one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Dead.
So we can go after these?
These are legends that you can go after, that you can look more
Or
into.
shipwreck in a bottle.
Are
Cool,
the
we should
void
do
sticks
some of
just
these.
like legendary fish stick? Just like
No,
don't-
they're devil sticks.
We don't know what they are. They could be anything. We gotta assume they're pirates, so they don't name stuff like accurately.
Like the skeleton ball gown wasn't really that skeleton-y, it kind of
Yeah,
was.
It was on a skeleton.
Yeah, this mustache is actually goatee.
Dang, you hate to see it.
It's like the belt of dwarven kind in 5e. When you put it on, you start growing a beard.
Yeah, but you only grow a mustache.
Just to go.
It's specifically the devil mustache, goatee, right? So it's wrong.
Actually, you just get some sweet mutton chops. And that's
It's some
it.
sweet
Oh.
mouth drops.
Oh,
Look,
God.
I will leave the
Who
options. We can talk about these more, during our break too. So I'll keep people. I'll get everything organized, figure it out, and keep people informed of when we're coming back to the stream. And again, we can have some meetings and stuff in the interim to talk about stuff and work things out. Because it sounds like there's a bunch of stuff to work out.
There's some back end bookkeeping.
Oh yeah, this is like a big moment in things that certainly leads to a lot of back-end bookkeeping right now. Because it's this is like the big turning point in the story, because this is like you're big time players now. You becoming a free captain, that's still a challenge, but it's not such a big challenge, That's you have to have some money and honestly either some prestige that they don't care, or what you did, pass a few tests. And those tests, they may have been a little bit more difficult than the average test taker, just because moods at the time.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Hey, we didn't lose them all through the session, so that's a dub.
Yep, we'll take that.
An improvement.
But anyway, we'll worry about all that next time, though, because this is a great point to end for today, because I knew we were going to be early, and we had a little bit more than I thought we would. And we'll worry about a lot of this stuff and, have some exciting adventures for you returning in some weeks here coming up. When Season 4 begins. Ooh. It'll be exciting.
And then
So,
I'll drop at the end of the session.
let's give some shout-outs here and just to end for today. Erik, you got anything to shout out?
Just watch this show when we come back, and watch other Tantis shows.Ey're all awesome. 10 out of 10.
Christian, you have anything to shout out?
Just thanks for having fun today, and I feel like we all learned a little thing or two about what making bridges really means.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not a physical bridge.
The Yaalkol still doesn't 100% understand.
We'll fix you, don't worry.
One day,
Put
maybe.
this headband on.
Put this head down on. Please be smarter.
Please forget that.
Yep. Momo.
Hi, you can catch me on multiple shows being Chaos Gremlin in the Front to God,
Mhm.
where I play on Thursdays a boomer with a talking stick.
I like your talking thing a lot.
Obviously, I play a pirate here, and then I shit on Wizards of the Coast for discussing tabletop all the time.
It's easy though. And like I keep shitting on also USA Opoly Steve Jackson
Yeah.
games.
God. USA Opoly, like, there's gonna be. I'm gonna see some news from them on this show. I'm just gonna have like an aneurysm and die.
They just no new levels of horror that they bring to the
I'm just gonna
world.
have an aneurysm.
They're like, what low can we sink to? We haven't sunk low enough yet.
They really haven't. They could go lower.
They really haven't. Yeah. So, what do you want to shout out?
Yeah, no, nothing this week. So,
Okay. Myself, and the Dracovin. I am off tomorrow morning, but tomorrow evening, again, Children of Wrath. That'll be fun. I don't remember where you were. I'll figure it out in the interim.
You're gonna go blow up the tower, but not really, because we kind of need it.
Ah, that's right. You were about to do that. I think we finished organizing. Honestly, it's hard to tell with you guys.
I'm gonna be 100% honest, Candace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blanked out half the time that game happens. Because I don't do anything in that game. I sit there and watch two idiots make bad decisions.
I gotta be honest. I oftentimes blank out for large portions of their conversations because it's just
Fish
idiot
and Matt are talking. Okay, let me open up this book. I need to read.
Then it's more like, are you involving me? No. Does this involve
goodbye.
any major plot points? No.
Oh,
And then I'm just like interject. Hey, you're enjoying a bar. Here's some interesting things at the bar. Okay. I can remember like they visit a bar. What happens at the bar? Oh, they did some stuff.
Carrion probably cut someone in half or something.
She's better now. She's a druid.
She's all druid now.
Now she just covers them in vines, so they're alive but in tactical.
She's a spore druid now, which is much better, obviously.
Oh shit! She took spore druid.
She just does some necromancy. That's fine.
She does have necromancy stick.
She's carrying around the phylactery of her fucking ancestor.
It's technically broken, but it was suggested you could totally repair it.
I'm sure that would have no world-ending consequences.
I mean, he's not gonna be a world. He's not a. He only controlled an ancient empire. Look,
Yeah.
it was only on Urborg.
Right. So, my suggestion. We throw Kazrin into the sea and go get his brother as a character instead.
Amazing.
I mean, his brother is a really good character. I have to have him show up more often now.
He's just sass.
He's just assassin. The super Chad, like, himbo.
Chad, 20 strength goblin.
He's a himbo goblin. Anyway. And then, discussing tabletop Saturday. It'll be great. And then, I'll probably be playing a little bit more, Raft on, Friday. I've been enjoying, just kind of, doing that. That's been fun. I'll definitely want to do that with multiplayer at some point in time. But I'll do my, just like I did with the Forest, I'm going to do my single player playthrough first. Then I'll be like, this was time consuming. I should play with other people so a lot less of this time consuming thing happens. Like, then I can... I mean, then they'll probably want to design something instead of buying, massive cool things. Anyway.
I mean, if you let me do anything, I'll just go full fucking interior design.
Look, I kind of been working on that.
I popped it.
It calls for it. Yeah. Anyway. I think that's it for now that I can think of. I'm probably forgetting something, but that's honest.
If you've forgotten it, it's not important.
If you missed Pathfinder Wrath of Righteous, it was... not infuriating yet.
The computer decided it's time for you to stop playing it.
I mean, my computer decided it was time for me to stop playing it. That definitely happened. And then, right when the game decided, you know what I'm gonna do? Force you into a direction. Didn't like that. Anyway, bye for now, folks. I'm just gonna go before I ramble on more.
Push the button.
Push the button.